everybody. So we are back doing another story time.
Yep, story time.
Yes. So since the previous story time, you guys seem to really enjoy that. So we're
That was a lot of
doing.
fun.
It was a lot of fun for us. We have so many stories, so we're doing another one. And
Hmm.
if you missed the previous story time, I'm gonna link it right in this video so you can go back and watch it.
All
So what are
right.
we gonna be talking about today?
Yeah, what about when we first started? One of the first retailers we got into was Whole Foods,
Was
right?
Whole Foods.
Yes.
Yes. And so, how did we land in Whole Foods? So,
Yes.
just going to give you guys a little backstory. So, when we started selling actually, it wasn't a food
Wasn't a
product
product
initially.
yet. I mean, we really were just in farmers markets, with our burger marinade and started to get a little buzz. People liked it. And
Yes.
Monique said, we should really bottle it and we're going to get it in stores.
Well, fully cooked hamburgers.
Oh, okay.
So you guys
Mhm.
probably sell, if you're watching our channel, I'm assuming that you're a foodie. You have a
Mhm.
food product that you probably sell.
Yes.
So for you, maybe it's like a cake or, a pastry or whatever it is, or beverage. For
Mhm.
us, it was hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
So we would do like local farmers markets, we would do different shows and stuff, and we would make these fully cooked hamburgers that people loved. And
Right there on the
so,
spot. We
right
would
on
grill
the
it.
spot,
Yeah.
we would have what we call our marinade. So we came up with like a concoction of herbs and spices, and we would put it in meat before we cooked it, and
Yes.
that way every bite of the burger would taste amazing.
Yes. Have
And
that
so
flavor.
would have that flavor. So that was our burger marinade. Okay.
Hmm.
So before we had a product, we were just making that marinade at home in like a bowl. I would make it. Then I
Hmm.
would mix it into the meat and we would make patties and we would go to wherever we were selling it, whether it be a
Hmm.
farmer's market, a show, or whatever.
Hmm.
And so Shivalo and I, we would talk about, what our next move would be, because as Shivalo was starting to tell you,
Mm.
we started like having a lot of buzz from these hamburgers. And so
Exactly.
the most popular place we would sell them would be at a farmer's market. We're in
Yeah.
Charleston, South Carolina, and so we
Hmm.
would sell at the Charleston Farmers Market.
Yes.
So
People
people
would line up
would
for it.
line up. And so we were supposed to start at what, 8 in the morning, I think?
Yeah.
And we would get there sometimes at 6:30 in the morning. It was already people waiting for like
Yes.
some Saturdays it would be dark and people were already there. Like, when you set up, can I be first? And we'd be like, what is happening? Like,
It's crazy because in our minds, my mind originally was like, who would want to eat a burger for breakfast?
yeah,
But
that early in the morning. But
yes.
people were there waiting, and we
Yes.
thought that was the craziest thing. And so it really started to take off. And so I have a background in retail. Shavalo has a degree in business. And so we started talking about what's next, because people would call us from other states. Sometimes people would call us even from other countries and say,
Mhm.
I was in Charleston. I went to the farmer's market and I had your hamburger. It was amazing. Do you sell it anyplace else, or how can I get that burger again?
Yes.
And so we started thinking like,
How
how should
could
we do
how could we
this?
do it? So I said, listen, we could just make the burgers at the farmers market. We could put them in plastic bags, vacuum pack it, and maybe ship it. Get people's addresses, or put on a ad on Facebook, on social media, and we will just refrigerate it and ship it just anywhere in the country. So that was the original idea.
But then I was like, we will kill people. You
Yeah.
cannot ship meat in the mail. Like, we
Yes,
can't do that.
exactly.
So we were like, yeah, we can't do that. So then I said to Shavalo, we should bottle our seasoning, our marinade, the way we make the burgers. That will be the
Yes.
product. And they can get their meat any place that they are. And
Mhm.
so that became our plan, was to bottle that concoction.
That was our mission
That
at
was
that
our
point.
mission, those
Yes.
herbs and spices, bottle that up. And that became our first product, which was this.
Our
So hopefully
burger
you guys can see
marinade.
that. It's our burger marinade. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see that.
Yeah, let's
Charleston
get-
Gourmet Burger marinade. So that became our
Yes.
first product, right?
So that's what you
So
mix into the meat before you cook it.
mix it in the meat before you cook it, okay? So that became the first product. And so when we were going through the process of getting it manufactured,
Professionally manufactured at a contract manufacturer called a co-packer
yes.
for food, a food co-packer.
So we were going through that whole process, and it takes some time. And so Shavala would be at the back in the farmer's market. So his job was to actually cook the burgers. My job, I was more like customer service. I would be at the front, ringing people up, talking to the customers and stuff. And so what I just started saying one day to people was like, look for us in grocery stores. We'll be in a grocery store near you very soon.
And I remember we weren't in any grocery stores yet.
Yeah, so the first time I said it, Shavalo came up after the people left. He came up from the back. He was like, "Why did you say that? We're not in any grocery stores." And I was like, "We're going to be in grocery stores. We're gonna be." So that's one thing. Like, I always believe in speaking things into existence, and so I felt very confident that we were going to be in grocery stores. So I was starting to put it out there to people, like, look for us in grocery stores. And so once we had a date that this product was going to come down the production line
for the first
time. So our plan was this: the first batch or pallet or the boxes that we got, I said to Shavala, we need to take these bottles of product and we need to turn that into money.
Exactly.
So we're going to go to the grocery stores and pitch ourselves and pitch our product, and we're going to get orders for grocery stores. And so I don't know how I came up with that. I don't know where that came from. God, divine intervention. I don't know. But so that was our plan.
It wasn't written down.
There was no
etiquette.
step. There was no program to teach us. We looked, believe me. So we ended up walking into Whole Foods. And we have been thinking about this for a while and saying we were going to do it and riding by and never stopping.
Who wouldn't want to be in Whole Foods?
Yes,
plus
it was
we
a dream.
knew our product was going to be natural.
Yes.
And so we felt it could be a product. Well, we didn't know for sure, but it could be a product that they'd be interested in.
Yes. And so what we ended up doing is one day we just were like, today's the day. We're going in Whole Foods and we are going to pitch our product. And so we had our daughters with us. So we walked in Whole Foods and we were waiting, and we asked for, the manager.
Yeah,
I think we asked for the manager. And so the manager comes and I just start talking. I can't even tell you what I said. I don't even remember what I said. I just started talking, but I know I said something like, I think we have a product that would do well or would be a good fit for your store. So we're in Whole Foods. I'm telling the manager, I think we have a product that'll do well in this store. And so after I stopped speaking, he said, okay, well, do you have a sample you can leave me? And I was like, no, because I think our products
we were still waiting for it to come off the line.
We had like another week or something. And so I told him, I said, it's due to be produced on this day, and once it's produced, I'm gonna bring it back to you. So he said, okay. He gave me his business card. He said, okay, well, when it's done, just drop it off. If I'm not here, you can leave it for me, and I'm happy to try it. And if we like it, then we'll talk about what next steps look like. So I was like, I like the way that sound. I said, what next steps look like. So in my mind, I was like, okay, well, we're in Whole Foods. Even though he didn't say that. I was like, okay, we are. So then after we left there, once you leave their parking lot, there's another grocery store. So we left that parking lot, drove across the street, went to another grocery store and did the same exact thing. And I was like, is it this easy?
Sounds pretty easy.
Sounds pretty easy. And so, so we waited, I think it was a few weeks past, and we didn't, no. So the next week happened.
Yes, we actually got the product off the line.
Yes.
And came and went back to Whole Foods.
Yeah, went back, dropped it off. And we ended up dropping it off with the manager, and he was like, okay, well, you know what, this weekend I'm having a barbecue and I'm gonna be cooking out, so I'm gonna try it then and I'll let you know how I enjoyed it. And so we were like so excited. So with me, I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna try it Saturday afternoon. By Saturday night, he's gonna call me. Sunday, we're gonna be in Whole Foods. Like that's what I was thinking. Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. He didn't call, and so I think like a week went by, we didn't
Right.
hear anything. And so I think like maybe another week went by, we didn't hear anything. And so we ended up calling, didn't get him, left a few messages, didn't get him. I believe we followed up with an email, didn't hear anything back. And so we ended up walking back in the store
Yes.
because we were not playing. Okay. So we drove back to Whole Foods, went back in the store to follow up with him, and he's immediately recognized us. He was like, oh, hey guys, I just wanted to tell you I tried your product and I loved it. And I passed it on to my district manager. So you're going to be getting an
Wow.
email pretty soon about how to
The
bring the
next
product
steps,
in and what
yeah.
the next steps are. I couldn't believe it.
Yes.
I could not believe it, y'all. So
Yes.
that is how we ended up getting our yes for Whole Foods. After we got that email, it took another 6 weeks of paperwork going back and forth. Whole Foods does test your product. So it took us about 6 weeks to actually get our product on the shelf. Now, I will also tell you, we ended up going into all of our local, like it was kind of like a regional thing. So we were able to bring the product to them, which helped it to get on the shelf quicker.
Right.
And then we also, anything that we couldn't physically drive there, we just used like UPS or FedEx or something like that to ship it. But that is how we got our product in Whole Foods.
Well, let me tell you, that feeling when you walk into a store and you see your product, your creation, what you came up with, your recipe, and see it on the shelf for the first time, it's just nothing like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like giving birth to a baby, and you're seeing your child for the first time. It is really just an incredible feeling, and I just wish all you food entrepreneurs or people who want to get their product on the shelf, their creations, it is such an amazing feeling. I just wish everyone can get that feeling. Once you learn the process of how to do it and you're able to do it, it is sure worth the effort.
And it doesn't get old.
Never gets old.
This story, I'm telling you guys, this happened in 2012. Okay. So a long time ago, but it never gets old. When we walk into a grocery store and we see our products on the shelf, you know, it's always a sense of pride. We have 4 children. When one of them calls home and says, hey, I'm here and I see our product on the shelf, you know, it makes us feel so good because our kids are proud as well. So, you know, it's something that, you know, it was a dream for us. And as Shavalo said, you know, the pride, we're just so proud about it. And so we hope that this story inspires you guys and lets you know it is possible to take your recipe, something that you make at home or if you're a caterer that people love, it's possible to take that food product and get it turned into, you know, a finished product like ours and get it on the grocery store shelf.
And now possible. Now it's more streamlined of a process really to get it on the shelf.
Yes.
So you could go the route that we did a decade ago, but there really are other ways to do it, which are a little bit more efficient.
Yes, a little bit more efficient. So we hope you found this story helpful. And again, if you like to hear more story time, please make sure you comment below and let us know if you are enjoying these How Do We Do It videos. And we want you to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified when we post new content. And our last ask, if you know someone that can use our services that maybe has a food product and they want to get it out there, share our YouTube channel with them
Yes.
because we have a lot of great information on here to help your dream become a reality, and we're adding new content every week. Okay, so we want you to stay connected with us. So thank you for watching this. Click that next video that's right here so that way you can keep watching all the videos on our channel and keep learning with us. Okay,
All right now.
all right, thanks for watching.
Take care.